أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن استنى بسنته إلى يوم الدين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters. Alhamdulillah, we start by praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and we send our salam and salawat on Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive our sins and shortcomings and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept this time and effort that all of us are giving as good deed, inshallah ta'ala, and forgive us and have mercy on us in this world and in the akhirah, inshallah ta'ala. So alhamdulillah, first of all, I apologize for yesterday because something came up, so I couldn't continue the class. And also today, because we have a time change, so that's why we started at this time. Hopefully, all of our brothers and sisters who regularly join can join and adjust the time, because in Sydney now it's the Maghrib time. I mean, we just finished Maghrib prayer, so some of them probably coming back from home and after praying Maghrib or still praying Maghrib. So but anyway, we have to continue, inshallah ta'ala, and we'll see it. We're recording the session, so we'll distribute among all the brothers and sisters, just like we do, and see how far we go. So today we're going to talk about the past tense that we did 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks that we talked about the past tense, fail madi. We're going to do a review on that, and then we're going to do another very important lessons, which is very related to the past tense, okay? So let's do a quick review first, and then inshallah ta'ala, because we had a 1 week gap, I think, and then we're gonna go to the next lesson, inshallah. Okay. So I'll just quickly go through these slides because we already talked about this. So we're gonna talk about past tense and jumla failure. Also, we talked about last week about the maf'ul. Today we're gonna talk about jumla ismiya and filia. The number 3 topic actually is kind of a big topic, so we're gonna talk about it today. Inshallah, we'll cover this one today. And then going forward, we're going to do present tense and commanding past passive, present passive, and jumla nafiya, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. Then we have these are the fail that we talked about, and we also talked about that how they goes through the pronoun chart, and each of them has their own inside doer. So we're gonna keep scroll through these ones, and then this is the chart that we follow. This is our first chart, actually, the past tense and our first chart. As I said, every topic of the fail will have a chart related to this. So there will be actually the chart for the past tense, chart for the present tense, and then there will be two more charts coming today, actually, which is same as this one, same as the past tense. But then will we have a chart for passive, past passive, and present passive. So in total, we can say we have 4 charts, okay, and there's another one that's coming later on, so around 5 chart. But it's all same pattern. So they start with huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna, huwa, anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antuma, ana, ana. Okay, so this follow the same pattern. Okay, and we'll see as we go through. Okay, and the past tense chart, as you can see on the screen, this is the simplest one. It changes at the end, and by the ending, we know who's the inside doer. Okay, among these 14 words, the 2 of them is the most important, the hua and the hiya version. Why? Because if the hua and hiya version is there, then we just don't translate with he and she right away. We wait and we check, is there any ism after that, which is rafa, because that ism that comes after the fail will work as an outside doer or outside file. Okay, so the outside word, the ism, will come inside and take the pronoun out, and it will take its place. Okay, so for example, if I say allam allahu, so Allah taught. Okay, allama means he taught, but Allah, the word Allah is come after that, so that word replaces the inside doer. Okay, so inside doer of he and she can be replaced with an outside ism, which is a rafa status, and file. Okay, that's called the outside file. Okay, so we talked about that and we saw many examples of that. Okay, from the Quran. And these are the examples. I'm going to skip through this quickly. We have done all this. Then we talked about the attached pronoun, how the pronoun get attached with fail. Okay, and the difference is that, very careful again, I'm telling you, because the difference is, don't go by the pronoun. The pronoun that is attached, that is using as a nasab. Okay, and that is the details. Okay, the pronoun inside it is the doer. Okay, so just nasaraka doesn't mean you help just because you said a ka. No, nasaraka means he helped you. Nasara means he helped, and the ka is the attached. Who did he help? You. Okay, so the pronoun attached is not the doer. pronoun is the doer, the inside doer. Okay, or if there's an outside doer, then it's the outside doer. Okay, then we have khalaqakum. So a lot of examples we did looking at this one. Okay, so we're gonna keep scrolling through this because we have done this. Okay, let's do it. Yeah. And then we talked about maful last time, the different types of maful, and most of the mafuls and nasab. Mafuls are nothing but the details, different types of details, who, what, when, where. They have different terminology, like, maful bihi, maful fihi, maful hal, maful lahu, and maful mutlaq. Okay. Uh, and then we talked about same different examples of the maful. Okay. Then we talked about something called maful. There's a special type of maful that is jar majrur. It's called muta'alliq bil fi'l. Okay, so if a maful, meaning if it details in the form of jar and majrur, meaning if you see a half of jar and something after that, then that is also a maful, but it has a special name. It's called muta'alliq bil fi'l. Muta'alliq bil fi'l. And why this is special? Because in a sentence it has some functions in a jumla filia sentence. So in the jumla filia sentence we have the fail and the file. Either the file is inside or outside, then the maf'ul and the muta'alliq bil fail. And sometimes they change the position, and when the position change, there is a exclusivity comes up. Okay, and I think this is what, and we saw some examples of the how the only comes up here, right? I think yeah, that's what we did. Now, so that's what we did. That was a review. So the 2 weeks review of the Joomla, sorry, the fail that we have done, the past tense. Now, today we're going to look at, we already talked about Joomla failure, and we have the components of Joomla failure, like fail and the file and the maful and different types of maful, right? Today we're going to talk about how Joomla Ismiya and Joomla failure can be combined. How Joomla Ismiya and Joomla failure can be combined, okay? And then you will see, because if you remember, I mentioned before, obviously in the Quran, you're not going to have, okay, these are Jumla failure only, and these are Jumla Ismiya. No, nobody talks like that, right? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the ayahs of the Quran, it is mixed up. Sometimes it could be only a word, okay? Sometimes it could be few words, it's just a fragments. Sometimes it could be the whole Jumla Ismiya, like, Mubtada Khabar, Muta'alliq bil Khabar. Sometimes it could be only Jumla failure. Sometimes it could be the mix of the things, okay? So one thing you need to notice about Jumla Ismiya and failure, Jumla Ismiya always starts with Mubtada, okay? So if you look at the difference here, I'm just going to show you some different example here. If you look at this, if I say this one, Nasara al-Muslimu, okay, what does that mean? Can anyone tell me? Nasara al-Muslimu. Anyone, sisters?
The Muslim helped.
The Muslim help. Here, if I want you to explain to me, al-Muslimu is the outside doer, isn't it? That's why you said the Muslim helped. Okay. So Nasara was the Hua version, right? Nasara means he helped. It has an inside doer, but then we have a word ism. How do you know it's an ism? It's al-Muslimu. Okay. Even if there's no al, it could be without al also. Okay. And then we can see it's in Rafa status. So it means that's the outside doer. So that's why the brother is correct. He said the Muslim helped. The next one, Nasara al-Muslimani. What does that mean?
The two Muslim helped.
Very good. And the third one,
All the Muslim helped.
all the Muslims, or the Muslims, the S helped.
Helped.
Okay, very good. So all of these three example is the example of a Jumla, failure, where we have the fail and an outside doer file. Okay, in this case, we don't have any maful here. That's fine. No problem. It's just a simple example, right? And we can see the fail Nasara did not change. Nasara, because the Hua version. That's why we have a outside doer. Okay, and you translate all of them correctly. So the Muslim have the two Muslim, the Muslim. Okay, I hope there's no one has any question or about this one. It's very clear, right? Now, if you look at the other side, I just changed the word a little bit. Okay, al Muslimu Nasara, al Muslimani Nasara, al Muslimuna Nasaru. Okay, on the right hand side, when the brother answered, the Nasara word is the Hua version, the first form, okay? And we have to keep it like this because that's the condition of the outside doer, either Hua or here. And all the word Al-Muslimu, Al-Muslimani, and Muslimuna were the outside field. But on the left-hand side, I put the ism before. It can't be Jumla Felia anymore. Why? Because Jumla Felia cannot have the file before fail. Remember I mentioned last week the file. So the one on the left, Al Muslimu Nasara, does not mean the Muslim helped. It does not mean that. It's wrong to say that way. You can say, oh, but Al Muslimu means the Muslim, Nasara means he helped, the Muslim helped. No, it's not that. Because the fail has to be the beginning. That is the condition. And the ism has to be after that. Not right after that, but at least after something. So, but we change the thing. So what are the things on the left hand? Are they wrong? Are they incorrect? No, they are not incorrect actually. Actually, those are example of Jumla Ismiya. Jumla Ismiya, and the first word, the ism word, is the Mubtada. But then how do we translate them? You translate them as they are. So Al-Muslimu means what? The Muslim. What does Nasara mean? He helped. The Muslim, he helped. You know, so and also you understand from this, if you look at the all the translation here, the Muslim he helped, the two Muslim, both of them help. The Muslim they help. As soon as the Mubtada is changing from singular to dual to plural, I am also changing the related file. And we can also see, when do we talk like this? The Muslim, he helped, as if we are trying to prove a point. Okay, we're some kind of confrontation. Someone has some doubts. I'm trying to clear it up. So if I say no, if I ask brother who helped in the masjid, they say, oh, I don't know, some guy helped. Maybe he's a Christian or something. Then the other, no, he's not a Christian. The Muslim, he helped. Okay, so as if a confirmation. Okay, it's like trying to put some more emphasis. You're wrong. No, it's not a nobody. A Muslim, he helped. Okay, so there are sentences like this in the Quran where it starts with an ism and then it says jumla failure, and actually this is a jumla ismiya, and the khabar of it is the fail. The whole khabar, like the Muslim help, okay, he help. Or you can say, the first one is mubtada, the second one is like a second mubtada. You can also say that way also, okay, but there's no khabar here, okay. Whatever way you say it, but it doesn't. So see the how, because we change the word, the meaning is definitely changed. On the right hand side, the Muslim help, two Muslim help. Here, no, the two Muslim, he helped. The two, both of them helped. Okay, so it's like more of a confirmation thing. So sometimes this is a technique that where we have Jumla Ismiya and Jumla Failure together. One of the reason, not the only reason. Again, one of the reasons is to emphasize that this is something to confirm. Because remember one thing, Quran is not a normal book, obviously. Okay, when it came down, this is a verbal speech. Prophet Islam is saying this to the kuffar, to the people of Makkah in the beginning, right? And the people of Medina, whatever we want to say it, okay? And they have different types of audience. There are ayahs in the Quran where Allah is trying to push something to prove something to them. Okay, there are ayahs in the Quran that is only for the believers, of the Muslims. Okay, so different ayah has different tone. Okay, and by looking at this, by looking at the structure, we can see that. Okay, we can see that. Okay, let's look at some examples, similar kind of example from the Quran, so it will be clear for me, inshallah. So let's look at one example. Okay. For example, this one. Okay, what does this mean? Khalaqna. Khalaqa means to create. He created. What does khalaqna means? Anyone? It's very easy.
Created?
Sorry?
We created?
We created. Yes, simple. Yeah. So why is taking that long? It's very easy. Khalaqna means like nasarna khalaqna, right? We created. Okay. So this is a simple. You can say jumla failure. Just only we created. Simple. Okay. Now, if you look at this one, nahnu khalaqna. What does this mean? This means we created. So nahnu means we, which is a independent pronoun, and of course this is independent pronoun is always rafa. So this is the mubtada, right? We created. So it's an emphasis, okay? It's not only one we here. There's two we here. 2 times we is mentioned, okay? What about this one? Nahnu khalaqnakum min turabin. What is the meaning of this? Can anybody tell me? Nahnu khalaqnakum min turabin. Turab means dust.
We created you from dust.
Yeah, we created all of you. But actually, it's not 100% right. Why? Because you said we only once. Allah said we twice here. We created all of you from dust. Meaning Allah is confirming that, okay? That, there's nobody else. It is we created, okay? Now, another side note, I think in this point, I think I've been asked before also by other brothers and sisters, why Allah sometimes use we, okay? Do you guys know about that? Why Allah sometimes use we? Anyone know what's the reason?
To emphasize.
No, why the we, Allah is one, right? So why Allah use we?
Means with there is something.
Sorry?
No, to emphasize, I mean,
No,
to
not all the time
stronger.
emphasize. But it's I is singular, we is plural. So plural cannot be stronger, right? It's not emphasized. You know why? Because we here, this is in grammatical language, it's called royal we. Okay, so when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions something that is majesty of him, that is something that is belong to Allah's authority, that's why Allah said we. And this is also available in English as well, another language. If you see a prime minister or a king is doing a sermon or or an announcement or something, they will say, we have from today we have independent our country and this and that. Okay, they don't say I, because there's an administrative. It's called royal we. Okay, so that's one reason. That's one reason. Okay, because that's the way Allah said, and Allah sometimes use I also. It's not only we all the time. Okay, sometimes you will find I, but you will never find like the other pronoun of we as if like our or something. Okay, it's always Allah use we. Okay, not the other version of the we. So we means that always the we, the royal we, and most of the time Allah will use it when Allah is describing that He is something. So here Allah has created all of you. Creation of human being is a big thing. Okay, so that's why Allah is saying we created you. Okay, for example, inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr. Inna, okay, we certainly we reveal the Quran. Okay, sometimes Allah use I also. There are two situations Allah use I. When Allah is very, very merciful, very specially merciful, that time Allah use I. Or the opposite, when Allah is very, very angry on something, then Allah use I also. Okay, for example, Allah says in the Quran, in Surah Al-Baqarah, there's a few ayahs about Ramadan. This is the only place Allah talked about Ramadan. Okay, Shahru Ramadan, allazi unzila fihi al-Quran hudan lin-nas. Okay, and you will hear it all the time, especially in Ramadan time on all the masjid, Imam. After that, Allah said, "Ujibu da'watu da'i ijada'an." So Allah said, if they call upon us, I will reply to them. I will reply to them. So Allah is saying, if you call upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, okay, if a servant of Allah, the slave of Allah, if he calls upon him, Allah is close to him. Inni kareeb. Okay, inni. Okay, it's not inna. Inni means certainly I. Inni kareeb. Okay, I am. So Allah is saying, if Allah is telling Prophet, if they ask you about me, tell them I am kareeb. I am close to them, because Allah is really merciful to us. Okay, so that's one example. Okay, and there's another example also in there. Another example where Allah was very angry. If you read towards the end of Surah Al-Ma'idah, do you know what is Ma'idah means? Anyone knows what is Ma'idah means? Surah number 5, Surah Ma'idah. You know what is Ma'idah, or the word Ma'idah means? Ma'idah means a table spread. A table full of food. Okay? That's the surah. Why is that? Do you know the story of this? Why it is called table spread? This surah? Anyone? No? Okay. So there was a time, in the time of Isa alayhi salam, okay, and the story is actually toward the end of the surah. If you go to the end of Surah Al-Ma'idah, you'll find it. Okay. So the follower of Isa alayhi salam, they asked Isa alayhi salam, we believe in Allah, we believe the God you're calling upon. Okay. Can you tell him to send us a table of food, a table spread, okay, from the sky? We want to see a miracle. Okay. At that time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala replied to Isa alayhi salam, and it's in the Quran, if you can read it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, yes, that's fine. If they ask for a miracle, I will send a miracle. I will send the Maida to them. Okay. But after that, if anyone disbelieve, okay, after seeing this miracle, then I will punish them. Okay, and Allah is very angry because Allah said, after even sending a Rasul to them, they are not believing. They want to see more miracle and everything. Okay, so Allah is saying, no, if they don't believe after that, then it is personally I will punish them. Okay, and because when Allah used Allah didn't use nahnu over there because it's not something special there. Okay, Allah is angry. So the main point is in the Quran, a lot of time you will find nahnu. Okay, and you will find it when Allah talk about rain. When Allah talk about creating skies and everything, you will find nahnu. When Allah talks about Quran, revealing the Quran, you will find nahnu. Okay, and sometimes you will find I when Allah is very merciful to us. Okay, and also when Allah is very very angry. So nahnu khalaqnakum min turabin means certainly we created all of you from the. So Allah is clearing any doubt and putting it emphasis. Okay, look at this another example, very similar. Inna with an alif, nahnu nazzalna zikra wa inna lahu lahafizun. Look at this, how many emphasis Allah put. First of all, inna, the first word, inna means inna, normal inna, harf of nasab, plus the nahnu. Certainly we. The first word means certainly we. Then I had the second one is nahnu, second we. Nazzalna, we reveal, send down. So how many we? Three we. Three. 1 degree, 2 degree, 3rd degree. Allah is saying, certainly we have revealed the zikr, meaning the Quran. As zikr here means the Quran, the remembrance. And wa inna lahu lahafizun, and certainly we will protect it. That's why Quran is protected by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay. Nobody can destroy the Quran. Okay. And that's why it is a miracle that Quran is protected in the heart of millions and millions of hafiz. Okay, millions and millions of hafiz. Okay. Can you guess how many hafiz in the world at the moment? 10,000?
20 lakh.
20 lakh? 20 lakh means how many thousand? 200,000, right? 20 lakh is 200,000, right?
Right.
No, it's in million. It's more than 20 million. Can you imagine? Current now, people who passed away in the last 1400 years, forget about them. And it is a miracle by itself. No other books of course we know that we are Muslim, but I'm just telling it is, if you think sometimes it's an amazing thing. And most of the people who are Hafiz, they don't even, Arabic is not the language. And alhamdulillah, our Bangladeshi people, most of the time, every year, the young kids from Bangladesh, they become the top in the world Quran competition that happens in Egypt. Most of the time, Bangladeshi, girl or the boy, they Hafiz. So many Hafiz in Africa, so many Hafiz all over the world, okay? Even in Sydney, so many, alhamdulillah, okay? So this is how Allah protect the Quran. This Allah put 3 degree. Inna nahna, and no doubt it is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay. So this is the one way to, and this is from Surah Al-Hijr, okay? One way to emphasize, okay? Same here. Inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr. As I said, here also Allah put 2 emphasis, certainly we. Okay. So sometimes the Jumla Ismiya and Jumla Fi'liya is mixed because of the emphasis. As you can see, many examples. You can see 2. In a translation, if you read this translation, it will say, certainly we have revealed the remembrance or remember Quran. Okay, certainly we have revealed it in the Laylatul Qadr. There's not 2 or 3 ways in translation. That I'm not saying that is wrong, because again, translation is done for people who don't know Arabic, right? So just for normal Muslim to read and understand, but to actually the language is actually 3 times here. We can easily see that, right? So that's why we are learning the grammar, and that is the beauty of learning the Arabic of the Quran. So the tone Allah is speaking to you. It's not just a letter on the paper, a piece of paper in Quran. It is the tone, because that's how the Quran came. Okay, It's not just a book that any writer wrote, right? That's how Allah is talking to us. And you can see the tone where Allah is putting emphasis, where he's not putting emphasis. And you will see many more coming in the next few weeks. But there are different ways to put emphasis, where Allah's tone is very soft, where Allah's tone is very hard, and then you understand the importance of the ayah. Importance of the ayah, okay? Because that's how it came to Prophet, because the Sahaba person, they don't have a Quran app or like a Quran book covered in shelf, putting on the masjid shelf. They don't have that, right? The paper is not even been invented, for the next few hundred years after Prophet passed away, right? They used to write in, big parchment and everything. So it is all in on the tone, on the tongue of Prophet, right? So that's how people used to know. That's another example. Ar-Rahman wa allama al-Quran. I think we spoke about it already. The Rahman said the Ar-Rahman is the Mubtada here. The first Rafa, Ar-Rahman, is obviously the Ism, right? And it's Rafa. So this is our Mubtada actually. Allama al-Qur'ana is our field and file, because Allama means he taught, and al-Qur'ana is Maful bihi. Okay, Maful bihi. Okay, what did he taught? The Quran. Okay, so this is the first part is a Jumla Ismiya. The second part, the whole Allama al-Qur'ana, is a Jumla Fi'liya. Some grammarians say this is the cover of the sentence. The cover of the sentence. Just to show you. Okay, but as long as you understand, that's fine. So you can see the mix of Jumla Ismiya and Fi'liya. So where you can see ism, right after there's a fail and there's another ism. So now you understand that, if you just read, if you open the Quran, suppose you don't know anything about Arabic grammar, okay? And if I ask you, brother, why the first one is a U sound and the last one is a A sound? Why cannot be the A sound? Why cannot be the E sound? Now you know why. Because the first one is a Rafa. It's a ism, it's the Mubtada. Okay, and Allama is the he version, whoever is a fail. Okay, and Al-Qur'ana is a nasab, because it's the details. That's the maful, okay? And that's the reason we're learning this, okay? So that's about the Jumla Ismiya and Jumla Failure. Now, we have a very important topic, like the next chapter, which is related to this, okay? But this is very, very important, okay? So I'm going to stop sharing these slides, and I'm going to bring the other slide here. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, I'm going to share it now. This chapter is called Kana and Laisa. This is called Kana and Laisa. What is Kana? What is Laisa? We'll take, okay? Kana doesn't mean blind, okay? So it doesn't mean blind, okay? So in Bangla we say Kana, but it's not that, okay? Kana and Laisa. Kana, especially Kana has been used in the Quran in many times, okay? Laisa also used, but not as many times as Kana. So we need to know these two things. Why are you knowing this about these two now? Because they're special. They're half fail, half ism. There's like kind of different kind of thing. Okay, it's not like a normal fail. What do they mean and how did it work? That's what we need to know. Okay, so let's start this chapter. It's a very interesting chapter. Okay, and it will come back again towards the end of the course. Okay, so before we jump onto this one, because this okay. So Kana and Laisa are called incomplete fail Madi, not normal past tense. Okay, which I already told you, right? It's incomplete fail. What does incomplete means? Okay, Kana means he was. Kana literally means he was. W-A-S. Okay, so he was what? He was a teacher. He was a imam. He was naughty. He was angry. No. Kana doesn't. Kana means he was. And Laisa means he is not. Laisa means he is not was not, is not. He is not what? He is not a Muslim. He is not a Christian. He is not a teacher. What is this? So this is the meaning of that. Kana means he was. Laisa means he is not. They are incomplete, because as if something else to say, but we just stop there. Okay, but it has a lot of usage in the Arabic language. Okay, and especially in the Quran. Okay, Kana means he was, or it could also mean he has been. It has two meanings. He was or he has been. So it has a past tense meaning, or it could be a past tense continuous meaning. So he has been doing this for a long time. Okay, like for example, you can say like Brother Azam has been teaching Arabic for 7 years. Okay, something like this. Okay, so he has been. Okay, so it has both meanings. Okay, Laisa means he is not. Okay, both of them follow the past tense chart. See below. So these two, although they are incomplete fail madi past tense, but they follow the past tense pronoun chart. Hua, huma, hum, ya, huma, hunna, and the same chart they follow. That's why we are talking about these two just after the past tense, because they have, as I said, they have relationship with past tense. They work like past tense. They work like they move around as past tense. Okay. Both of them follow same rule for inside and outside doer, but the doer is not called file. So the inside and outside doer that we talked, like the brother just a few minutes ago said Nasara al Muslimu, because you have to have Hua version and the Rafa. It also worked like that. But the outside doer, before we used to call them file, here we call them something else. The inside and outside doer is called ism kana or ism laisa. This is just a terminology. Okay, ism kana and ism laisa. And of course, we're going to show you a lot of examples. It will be clear, inshallah. Okay. Kana and Laisa always consider a jumla ismiya, not jumla felia. And this is where the confusion starts. Okay. So far I said they're past tense, incomplete past tense, and they follow the past tense chart. But when a sentence is created with Kana or Laisa, they are not jumla failure, they are not failed sentence. They are called jumla ismiya. Okay, that's why these two are special. So that's why I said they're half past tense and half kind of ism. Jumla ismi and jumla failure kind of mixed up. Okay, and we'll see how they work. Okay. Kana plus ism kana. Kana plus ism kana. Ism kana is what? Ism kana is the doer, the outside doer. It could be inside doer or outside doer. It's always muktada. And Laisa plus ism Laisa is always muktada. Because why is we're saying muktada? Because we know if you create a sentence with kana Laisa, there jumla ismiya, and jumla ismiya has muktada and khabar and mutalliq bil khabar. Okay. The khabar of kana and Laisa is always nasab, not rafa. If you go back to your ism studies, in the last, when I said Jumla Ismiya, we said Khabar is the second Rafa, but sometimes Khabar can be Nasab, and this is the case. So the Khabar of Kana and Laisa sentence are always Nasab, they are not Rafa. Okay, so Kana and Laisa, if you create a sentence with them, they are Jumla Ismiya. They follow the rule of Jumla Ismiya. The kana plus the doer could be inside, doer could be outside. That is called mubtada. And the khabar of kana is the status should be nasab, not rafa. Okay. Khabar has a present tense. Sorry, kana has a present tense, but that does not mean is. So you may think, okay, kana means he was, so the present tense of kana will mean he is. No, the present tense of kana means something else. And we're going to talk about the present tense of kana a bit later, not now, when you talk about present tense. Okay. Laisa has not present tense. Okay. Although it translates as present tense, he is not. So Laisa, if you see, we're talking about kana and Laisa. Laisa is a past tense. It's follow the past tense pattern. But the translation of it is he is not was not. He is not. Okay. Okay. So the translation is present tense. Okay. This is the chart of kana, which is followed. So huma kana, hum kanu, hiya kanat, huma kanata, hunna kunna, anta kunta, antuma kuntuma, antum kuntum, anti kunti, antuma kuntuma, antunna kuntunna, ana kuntu, nahnu kunna. So this is the same chart of the past tense chart. That's why we said that kana follow the past tense chart. Okay. About kana, we'll have another lesson for the end of the course. Okay. When you're going to talk about the present tense of kana. Okay. And then some other things of kana also. Okay. It's very, very important kana. Okay. So you have to be very careful on this. Okay. This chart is not a new chart for you. It's simply the same chart, the Nasara chart. And you can see the attachment of alif and wa and ta, tuma, tum, ti, tuma, tunna, exactly the same. Exactly the same. Okay. So this is not a new thing. This is the same Nasara chart in the Kana way. Okay. Now, if you look at this one, this huwa rajulun, what does this mean? Rajul means man, M-A-N, man. So
He is a
who are,
man.
sorry,
He is a man.
he is a man. Yeah, who are Rajulun? Is it Jumla Ismiya or Jumla Fi'liya?
Yes, me.
Jumla Ismiya. The Mubtada is huwa and Khabar is Rajulun. Okay, huwa is the independent pronoun, which is Rafa, and Rajulun is. Okay, is everybody clear on that? No question other than brother who answered, right? Please, if you have question, please let me know that I don't understand, because this is very important. Okay, you should know this. Okay. Next one. If I say Muhammadun Rasulun, Muhammad is a Rasul, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right? So huwa Rajulun means he is a man. Muhammadun Rasulun means Muhammad is Rasul, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, clear, everybody? Both of them are Jumla Ismiya. Now look at this. Kana Rajulan. Kana Rajulan. What does this mean? Can you guess? Anybody? Kana means? You just saw Kana means? Kana Rajulan. Anyone? Try. He was a man. Simple. So this is also Jumla Ismiya. He was a man. Because it's a Jumla Ismiya, the Rajulan is a Nasab. So here the Kana has the inside doer he. That's why he was. Okay. Rajulan is our Khabar. And this is called the Khabar of the Kana. Okay. So that's why it's Nasab. You cannot say Kana Rajulun. You may think Huwa Rajulun means he is a man. Both of them Rafa. So if I use Kana, no. If you use Kana, the Nasam has to be Rajulan. Kana Rajulan. Okay. If I want to say, and remember, it's a Jumla Ismiya, but Kana is a past tense. And it follows the past tense pattern. That's why it's the inside doer. Now, on the right-hand side, I said Muhammadun Rasulun. Okay. If I want to say Muhammad was a Rasul, what should I say?
Kana Muhammadan.
No. Think.
Muhammad was a Rasul.
Kana. Look at this. Kana Muhammadun Rasulan. Here, the word Muhammad is the outside doer. Remember the outside doer? So Kana is the, here the Kana is our failed past tense, Huwa version. Muhammad is the ism after that in the Rafa. So Muhammad is replacing the inside doer. So Muhammad was, Kana Muhammadun means Muhammad was. And Rasulan is Nasab, because this is the Khabar of Kana. Khabar of Kana. Okay? Everybody clear? Why I'm showing you this? Both of them are Jumla Ismiya. But the using of Kana has the implication of past tense, the outside and inside doer, and also the Khabar is becoming Nasab. Okay? Khabar is becoming Nasab. Okay? Next one. Kana Allah Ghafuran Rahiman. Kana Allah. So here, Kana means he was. The word Allah is the ism here, because just like Kana Muhammadun, and Ghafuran and Rahiman is actually the khabar of Kana. But when it comes with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when Kana has been used with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we don't say he was, because there's no past tense for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? Allah is timeless, right? There's no beginning and ending of Allah. So we say he has been always, or he has always been Ghafur and Rahim. Always been Ghafur and Rahim, okay? This one, Kanu Anha Muridina. Kanu Anha Muridina. Muridin means ignorant. Can anybody translate this? If you can, then I'll be really happy and proud. I already give you the meaning of Muridin means ignorant. Everything else you should know. Kanu Anha Muridina.
They were ignorance on her. No, so they were
Almost there. Almost. Don't say her. Say it.
it. They were ignorance of it.
Yes, they were ignorant. What is anha means actually? What did you learn about anha?
And above it.
About it, yes. An means about because it's the half of jar, right? So an means about. So yeah, so they were muridina about it. Now, here is one. It's good that you translated. Very good, brother. It's almost you were correct. But we need to also understand the breakdown. So kanu is the huwa version of kana. If you go back to the chart, okay, so kana, huwa kana, huma kana, hum kanu. So they were. So that's why you said they were, which is very good, okay? Anha is here actually muta'alliq bil khabar because it's a half of jar, okay? And muridina, what is the status of muridina? Let's one of our sister answer that. Is it rafa nasab or jar here?
Nasab or jar?
No, I want one answer. Nasab and jar we did in the first class, right? First lesson. Now we are in not that level. Is it nasab or jar? Which one is it? It can be two.
Nasab.
Why? You're right. It's nasab. Why? Why not jar? Why nasab?
Because the cover of
Kana. Yes,
Kana
very
is
good.
always nasab.
Very good. Very good. The cover of kana is always nasab, so that's why it is nasab. Okay. So and this anha because it's a harf of jar and it is a jumla ismiya. In jumla ismiya, the harf of jar is called mutalliq bil khabar MBK. Okay. So kanu anha mudin. And also if you see another thing in these three words, the mutalliq bil khabar actually is before muqaddam. Usually mutallaq bil khabar should be at the end. Okay, so you can say they were exclusively or they were only ignorant about it. Okay, about it. Okay, so because the placement has been changed, the MBK is in the middle. It should be in the third position, but it's moved. Okay, so this is few examples kana. There's a lot of things to do with kana. Okay, this is just a starting. Okay. Let's see how much time we have. We have not too much time, so we'll start here, inshallah, then we can go next week. Let's look at this one. Kanat minal qanitina. Kanat minal qanitin. Qanitin means righteous or devoted. So what is kanat minal qanitina means? Louder, but I can hear you.
She was from righteous.
Yes,
You
yes.
are okay.
Not she were, she was. It's a kanat, here kanat, right? So she was from the righteous. Okay, from the righteous. Okay. Al-Qanitina, sister who answered, you're right. So she was from righteous. The word Al-Qanitina, again, is it Nasab and Jar here?
Nasab.
Nasab because of the cover. Okay, now, can you tell me, is it masculine or feminine? The word Qanitina.
Masculine.
Masculine. Why? How do you know it's masculine? You're right, masculine, but why?
Because it sounds from the masculine chair.
Yes. What is the sound?
Ina.
Ina. Good. Very good. Okay. But you said she was from the righteous. So at the beginning, you're saying she, which is right. Kanat means she. But at the end, you're saying Qanitina. Okay. It's like a masculine thing. Okay. This I actually is interesting thing. This is about Maryam alayhi salam. Because she's a feminine, the proper thing to say kanat minal qanititani. Okay, the feminine version of it. But she was so righteous And she is the best woman that Allah said that she has chosen her from the above all the women of the world. Okay, so she is an example for men and women both. So that's why Allah used the masculine. Remember the masculine one, Muslimun, Muslimina, exclusive men and women, right? Because Muslim, when you say Muslimuna, it means men and women together. Okay, like for example, if I say all my participants are Muslimuna, because I have 3 sisters and 4 brothers, maybe, right? It's like this. Okay, so Allah used her as an example. Allah is saying she was from the Qanitin, meaning for righteous, and she has an example for men and women both. So that's why Allah used the masculine one here. Okay, so normal people, like normal who doesn't know, and actually there are people who are called Orientalists. Okay, so they are not Muslim, they're scholar, and they try to find errors in the Quran. Okay, and there are a lot of them in big university in US and Canada and other people. Okay, so they said it's a grammatical mistake here because they don't understand the wisdom behind it. Okay, because she was an example for both men and women, so that's why Allah use a masculine pronoun, masculine word here. Okay, Inna Allah kana aliman hakima. Inna Allah. So here, Inna Allah means certainly Allah. So this is the harf of nasab, and this is already a mubtada. Then we have kana. He was or he has been alim and hakim. So here you can see the mubtada is 2 mubtada actually. Okay, Inna Allah is 1 mubtada, certainly Allah. Then comma, you can think like it's a comma. He has always been the wise and the knowledgeable. Okay, so again you can see that here the mubtada has been used twice for an emphasis. Okay, so Inna Allah, Allah could have said Inna Allah aliman hakima. That would be suffice. Allah say, certainly Allah is Alim and Hakim. Okay, in that case it would be Inna Allah Alimun Hakim. Okay, like other places Allah say Inna Allah Ghafurur Rahim, Inna Allah Alimul Khabir. Okay, but Allah used the kana in between them to say that certainly Allah, He has always been. And remember, whenever you use kana with the word Allah, you always say not was, you say He has always been. He has always been Alim and Hakim. Okay. This one is another example, a bit of a longer example. Kanata, kanata. Okay, what is kanata means? With this one, I think we'll finish today, inshallah. What is kanata means? So kanat is she was, and kanata means both of them were. But Allah is talking about both of them ladies. Both of them ladies, both of them women here. Okay. So kanata tahta, you learn about tahta in a special mudaf, right? So both of them, and tahta means under, below. So both of the ladies were under abdaini. Abdaini means, 2 slave. Abd means slave, abdaini means 2 slave. Okay. Min ibadina, from the slaves of mine, solihain. Okay. So both of them were under the 2 slave of mine who were solihin. Okay. So Allah is talking about 2 ladies. They were under the 2 abd of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, meaning they were under the authority of 2. Does anyone know who are these 2 ladies Allah talking about here? This is from the Quran. Basically, there are 2 wives. I'll give you a clue. There are 2 wives of 2 prophets. Anyone know which are the 2 prophets' wives Allah talks about? Hmm? 2 prophets' wife, they were not very good women. They didn't listen to their husband. And they were counted as disbeliever. Do you know those 2 prophets' name? Whose wife was not believer?
Nuh alayhi salam.
Lut alayhi salam.
Yes, Nuh and Lut alayhi salam. Yes, Allah is talking about them here. Okay, this is from Surah Tahrim. Okay, so that's why Allah used kanata. Okay, kanata, both of them. Okay, both of them were. Okay, so you can see another example here. Okay, so before we finish, we just want to see the Laisa chart, which is the same chart again. Okay, same chart as the past tense chart. So Huwa Laisa, a little bit different, but I'll say so. Huwa Laisa, like Huwa kanata. So there's an alif here, Laisa. Okay, they are not. Laisu, Laisat, Laisata, Lasna. Okay, so Laisa, 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 Okay, lasta, lastuma, lastum, lasti, lastuma, lastunna, lastu, and lastna. Okay, and this is when he is not. He is not. Okay. Again, this is follow the same chart of I can. Now, one thing you can see about Laisa, that you can see the meaning is he is not, she is not, you are not, both of them are not, not, right? So this is a negative word, meaning that means it is been used in a sentence that must have a not. So if I say he is not a teacher, okay, he was not a righteous, so he is not. So it's a negative sentence. So Laisa is used in something called in Jumla Ismiya, but that negative type of Jumla Ismiya is called Jumla Nafiya. We're going to talk about Jumla Nafiya the last chapter of this course, inshallah, and that time we'll talk about Laisa again. But Laisa works the similar way the Kana works, okay? The inside and outside doer is still the same, and khabar of Laisa is also nasab, okay? So we'll stop here today because I think there's going to be too much, okay? But Kana and Laisa is very important, and we're going to talk about a bit more about Kana and Laisa next week, and then go to our next lesson. I think the next lesson will be some subtopics of past tense, and then with that we're going to finish past tense. Okay, then we're going to go jump onto the present tense, inshallah. Okay, so I will finish here today. There are a few more pages to this slide. Okay, so I will upload the whole thing, but obviously I haven't explained everything, but just keep it for the next week, inshallah. So okay, so when you see the PDF, you will see some more PDF, like for example, you will see this one. Okay, so we'll keep it here. I mean, don't be say, okay, I didn't know about this. The brother didn't mention, but we'll mention this next week because we don't have time today, inshallah. Okay, but I will upload the PDF, the whole PDF today, inshallah. Okay, so if you don't have any question, inshallah, then we can end here, and we'll try to keep the same time. I know the Maghrib is moving towards moving back, so but I think next year also 7:30 will be fine. If it moves back, we can the week after we can do maybe 7:45. Okay, but please keep an eye on the WhatsApp group. So I'll be keep posting there like the time that we are starting in half an hour or 2 hours or something, so that you have an idea that what time. But it will be a similar time, inshallah, next week. Inshallah, similar. Maybe the week after we can move 15 minutes behind if we need to because of the Maghrib here, inshallah. Okay. So Jazakallah khairan. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.